Hey guys, this is Swiss Family Robinson, and we're going to do chapter 14. Farewell to a friend. Why don't we build a basket chair for Mother to ride in? Asked Fritz. Yes, said Ernest, we can make it and then put it on the bull and the buffalo. Sure enough, the boys had hung a large basket between Storm and Grumble. Fritz and Jack hopped up onto one animal each. Then Ernest got into the basket to test it out. They walked along slowly and it seemed to work wonderfully. It's great and smooth, said Ernest. Fritz, let's go faster. Soon the animals were racing along and Ernest was being bounced all over as his brothers laughed and laughed. But our fun was to be short-lived. That day, as we were sitting on the porch of the cave, Fritz suddenly yelled, looking up the road, I can see something strange and terrible. It rises up and then goes flat like a cable. It slinks on huge cords. It's coming for the bridge. I jumped up and looked through my telescope. It is, as I feared, I cried. It's a giant snake of some kind, and it's coming this way. Let's attack it, yelled Fritz. If we do, it'll only come after us. In our home, I answered. We must find a way to fight it away from here. Go and get the guns, and we'll all hide and watch it. I watched the serpent come closer, and sure enough, it crossed the bridge, lifting up its massive head almost 20 feet in the air. It was out hunting prey. We hid as it crossed the bridge and got ready for it. Our guns loaded and our hearts thumping. As it came closer, it stopped as if it had smelled us. It lifted itself up, moving its head from side to side, and the boys couldn't resist and opened fire. Even my wife shot at the beast, but those shots had no effect, and it simply glided by our cave and into the marsh. We were free for the moment, but we were all very worried. Boys, I said, that was a boa constrictor, and I believe it was more than 30 feet long. I told the family that no one was allowed to leave the house until we had killed the monster. We knew it was nearby and would hear our ducks and geese reacting in fear near the reeds. Suddenly they all flew away, and it didn't stop until they reached Shark Island. Until we could draw the snake into an open space away from our home, we were all trapped. Finally, we were saved by an unexpected hero, our donkey. As we could not leave the cave to feed the animals, I shooed them out across the bridge to go back to their feeding place. But the donkey was too excited to be on the loose, and it ran to the marsh. Suddenly, the boa reared up, its tongue flicking, jaws wide, and lunged at the poor animal. It was all over quickly. Father, cried the boys, shoot the snake now. Not yet, I told him. Our best chance is to wait until the snake has eaten its prey and then take it. We all thought about our own lives and the giant snake so nearby, but my wife and Franz could not watch or inside. Soon the snake lay almost asleep by the side of the river, bloated. Now was our chance to attack. We stepped quietly, sneaking up with our guns drawn, and the snake lay still, its tail twitching, its eyes fiery. We were all scared and excited. All at once we fired on the monster's head, and its eyes went dead, and the whole family stood over it, amazed. Let's stuff it, said Fritz. We can put it in our museum. Could we eat it? Asked Ernest. Of course not, said my wife. Snakes are poisonous. Not true, I answered. In fact, people eat rattlesnakes and other snakes after they throw away the fangs. You can even make soup from them. But Ernest, I asked, can you first think of some words to say for the poor donkey who gave his life for us? Let me think, said Ernest, and we all waited. I have it, he said, at last, but you can't laugh. Of course not, I answered, and so he began. Beneath this stone poor Grizzle's bones are laid. A faithful friend he was and loved by all. In the end, our call he disobeyed, and that is how he came to fall. A serpent springing from the grass swallowed him before our eyes, and even though he had to pass, we're grateful that he saved the lives of all the people on the shore, father, mother, and children four. We all cheered this poem, and I wrote it down on a flat stone we would later bury our hero. After dinner, we dragged the snake away. Then we skinned, stuffed, and sewed it up so the boys could study it. We set it in the museum with its jaws wide, curled around a pole, making it scary as we could. We even made a tongue and a pair of eyes out of shiny beach stones to make it more frightful.